Look, you know this is over. This is over. And when I say this, I don't mean the world. I don't mean society. I mean the illusion is over, okay? I don't even want to call it the American illusion or the American dream illusion. I'm just going to call it the illusion. The reality is that most of us that are born in America are so accustomed to certain conveniences that we don't know how to exist without them. The reality is, many of those conveniences that we are used to on a daily basis have collateral damage to most of the planet and the people on it. You know what I mean? And the illusion is for the people here, for the people in this country, that you can just consume as much as you want. You can do whatever you want. You can have whatever you want. You can be whatever you want. The world is yours. You know what I mean? That is the attitude that we learn, that we develop in this country, not realizing that most of the other people on the planet don't necessarily have these luxuries. And it's crazy because the fucked up part about it is, in America, we tend to look down on third world countries as if somehow there was something wrong with them, totally ignoring the fact that the reason why they're a third world country in the first place is because we have to have these conveniences here, and these conveniences have a cost, have a consequence that most of the time we don't pay. You know who pays? Either nature or somebody else so far away that we never have to see the damage of our own greed. The illusion is coming to an end. There is a perfect storm of a society collapse happening right now in America. The stock market is crashing. It's getting worse and worse every day as the situation with Trump and Musk continues to develop more in the political realm, and all the tariffs start playing out, and the economy starts to get a little worse. You know what I mean? You're gonna see. If the stock market is going to get better, I don't believe it's going to get better anytime soon. Not to mention, the government trust is extremely low right now. Like, it's crazy because just a little while ago, everybody was Team Trump, Team Elon, Team Trump, Team Elon. Let's make America great again. Let's look at how that shit worked out. Look at how that shit went. You know what I'm saying? I wish I could see a lot of these motherfuckers' faces, man, because they asked for this shit. You know what I mean? They asked for this shit. They got what they wanted, and ta-da, abracadabra, nigga. Like, this is what's happening. So, moving on. The cost of living is too high. The reality is, not only are most people living paycheck to paycheck, but that paycheck to paycheck is not even like it's covering all the bills, it's taking care of everything. That's making skimpy trips to the grocery store, paying the past due balance on the bills, and skimping out on any opportunity to spend money that you don't need to. You know what I mean? Like, you're missing out on all the extra activities that most humans like to do. Just regular shit. Go to the fair, maybe go to the mall, get you some sneakers, take the family out and do stuff like that. Like, it's crazy. Like, if you have a family out there, leave a comment. Like, isn't it outrageous how expensive it is to take a family out now? Like, holy shit, even just to get some fast food. If you just go real quick to get some fast food, we're talking, like, I got a family of 5 and it's easily $50. Easily 50, sometimes $60. It don't even make no sense. It don't make no sense. It's just crazy. But anyways, let's move on. Most people in America are extremely not self-sufficient. Most people in this country can't farm, can't fish, can't build a house, can't even protect themselves. It's extremely incapable of taking care of themselves. And that is an extremely useful skill when the fucking world is collapsing. You should probably know how to take care of yourself and do the basic things that a human needs to do in order to survive on planet Earth. And most people in this country can't do it And that does not make this catastrophe any better. You know what I mean? It only makes the shit worse. It only adds fuel to the fire. So then we go on to the reality that also the boomers, who have been pretty much the OGs of this society, holding it down, being the responsible parents, you know what I mean? Making sure that the lights get shut off at a certain time and the doors are locked and everything is, you know what I mean? Being the daddy of the house. The reality is the boomers are tired, you know, and the responsibility is soon going to fall on to Gen Z, because the reality is the millennials are getting up in age, and it's Gen Z who are at the right age to be able to take over and run the society. But the reality is, I don't think that on a whole scale, I'm not saying everybody in Gen Z, but I'm saying it just seems like the younger we're getting here, like each generation seems less capable than the last. And I don't think that the future generation, that the younger generation right now is ready to take on the responsibility of running, maintaining, and expanding this society in a way that makes sense and is beneficial for everybody. You know, we may have a lot of ideas, and there may be a lot of individuals, certain individuals within the generation, but I'm saying as a whole, how do they say it? That generation is cooked. Brain rot. I think that's a real thing. So, and then you go into the idea that also everybody's so like individualistic. There's no group. There's no we. It's all I. It's all me. You know what I mean? Everyone's I. Me. There's no we. And even when we say we really still mean I. You know? So how could there even be a hope for a certain kind of change if we can't even come together because everyone's so focused on me? And there's no possible way that we could come to a decision that ends with the we feeling satisfied. You know what I mean? There's always going to be somebody left out as long as we have this super individualistic society. And not to mention, we got the goddamn robots. Artificial intelligence is taking jobs. Pretty soon, there's not gonna be no jobs left. Even lower level jobs, like ain't gonna be no cashiers, ain't gonna be no stockers, there ain't gonna be no cooks. There ain't gonna be like all these jobs. The drivers, AI. Bus drivers, AI. Like all this shit is gonna be AI. And all like when you add everything all in together, it's just a perfect storm, though. Nobody got no money. Robots is taking over. Nobody trusts the government. Like all of these things are all happening at the same time, and you have to feel it. Like you have to, like I know, you know, I used to be like a super what's the word? Conspiracy theorists back in the day, and everything was the end of the world, the end of the world, end of the world. But I say, like, this is an end of the world type situation. Now, for me personally, I don't believe it's the end of the world. I believe it's the end of the illusion. I believe this is the end of the time where we can live in a way that, like, this American way that costs the planet and other people so much. I think it's the end of that illusion of being able to live like that and feel guilt-free and feel no consequence. There's a balance, and I feel like what's happening right now, is restoring the balance. And there's going to be a lot of people who will not be able to adjust, and to them, it will feel like the end of the world, because the conveniences that they feel like they deserve or they feel like they should get, you know what I mean? If those conveniences aren't available to them no more, they're going to be hit, and they ain't going to know what to do, you know? And they're going to be the ones talking about, oh man, what are you doing to my world? But never admitting that this world, that this society, it ruins a lot of people's lives. It destroys the planet, and it fucks up everything. There has to be a new way. There has to be a better way to do things. And I hope that this end of the illusion, this unveiling of society, I hope this inspires a creative thought process that can lead us to a better way of living, a better way of doing things that can produce more justice and more equality and balance and power to all of us. Like, all of us should have peace. You know what I mean? I think that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that it gets so bad that it forces us to change our minds and produce a better tomorrow. So that's all I got for y'all. Make sure y'all check out the links in the description. And until next time, I'll holler at y'all. Peace.